Hey guys, welcome to OBC Academy. This is your Sushant sir. In the last chapter, we just completed government companies, its features, merits, disadvantages. Okay, now we are moving on to changing role of a public sectors. There are 5 points. We'll discuss that. Before that, if you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe first. Not only subscribing, ring the bell notification so that every time we post new videos or you'll get notification so that you can access first. Okay, without further ado, let's start this. Changing role of public sector. At the time of independence, it was expected that public sector will play a major role in achieving certain objectives of economy by direct participant in the business, by building infrastructure in required areas. For this, 5-year plan act as an initial stage for development. So today we'll check out what are the role which act as a public sector. So starting with the first point, development of infrastructure. Everybody wants industrialization in every country, but in order to become industrialization, there must be development of infrastructure that can be done by through the help of public sector. Whenever you have a core sectors which have a huge investments, huge capital, complex infrastructure, which need a high degree of technology like steel plant, power generation, or even railway, petroleum. For every industrialization, this sector will help you. Like steel is very important, petroleum is very important, and railway is very important. Power plant, these are all very important for the development. That's what they did by public sector. They occupy the basic things that helps to develop the infrastructure. Whenever you develop infrastructure, that is going to improve the industrialization in every sector. Every business need this kind of development of infrastructure like road, railway, like power plant. Every business or every sectors or any business, there must be infrastructure to develop a business. So public sector will involve in this kind of business and develop basic infrastructure that helps to industrialization or develop overall business. So this is how it changes. Moving on to the next one, that is regional balance. In most of the industrial process, it was limited. Like limited means in the few areas. Suppose if it's in Bangalore, it is limited to Bangalore. It never go beyond Bangalore or beyond the city limits because of the infrastructure you get, like electricity and other transportation services you cannot get in the other areas, so that it create an imbalance between different regions. Like without proper airport, without proper railways, you cannot always depend on your own. Without proper road, you cannot do transportation. So whenever there is an public sector, it develop in the other region as well. So this creates a reasonable balance. It will not only bring up cities, it also brings lagging regions, backward areas which we left as a rural areas like that. So public sector helps us to bring or help us to level this reasonable balance. Moving on to the third one, that is economy in scale. Whenever you're doing a large scale of business, it demands huge capital, huge investment, because private sector never come into this business. Whenever there is a requirement of huge capital and less profit, private sector never interfere in this business. So that's why the public sector came into existence, because of these kind of projects like collection of crude oil, electric power, natural gas. These kind of business can be occupied by only public sector, because I said the reason why it need a lot of investment. So that's the main reason why they stepped in. Moving on to the next one, that is check on the economic power concentration. In other words, it creates monopoly, because whenever public sector function as a checklist for the private sector, it's act as a monopoly for them. It bring inequality option to equal level, so that it create a level for both the players by preventing wealth acquisition. So by checking on the economic power concentration, it will create a threshold so that nobody should cross beyond that price and all. So moving on to the next one, that is import substitution. Every time we cannot depend on import. Whenever we need heavy engineering machines or technology, we cannot always depend on other countries. So these kind of public sector are involved in substitution, making substitution for the import, so that it prevents the import. So these are the changes which brought by the public sector to us. So moving on to the next one, that is government policies towards the public sector since 1991. What are the policies has been done regarding? Okay, the first point, I'll only say these points. So these points are not that much important, but still we'll go through. Government reduced the number of institutions reserved for the public sector from 17 to 3. Disinvestment of shares of select set of public sector enterprises. Third, policy regarding sick units to be the same as that for the private sector. Next, memorandum of understanding. Public sector unit were given clear target and operational autonomous for achieving those targets. So these are the policies towards the public sector from 1991. Okay, that's it guys. If you like this video, hit like and share with your friends. And if you're still not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Just subscribe. Not only subscribe, ring the bell notification so that every time we post new video you'll get earlier. Okay, if you already subscribed, you guys also have a small task to do, that is to like this video and comment below what you felt. So if you have any queries, again you have a comment section below. Okay, that's it for this video guys. See you in the next video. Bye.